Now I never thought I'd ever say this, but it turns out this pocket hole jig is actually my new favourite thing. Look at this. This is supposed to be furniture grade plywood. Thanks, Jasons. Now I have cut this piece of plywood with absolute precision to make sure it's perfectly square and it's the perfect size to go inside my Mercedes Vario Campervan. And the reason I've done this is because this is the very first piece of a very big puzzle. Let's see if it fits. Look at that, it fits so well, it stands there on its own. Fantastic. So I've got one screw in that corner, one screw up in that corner. That should hold it nice and square, but the big question is my worktop going to be nice and level? How level is this compared to this? The only one way to find out, I guess, unless you use a spirit level. Put that on there, we'll have a little look. Oh, look at that, that is absolutely spot on. Brilliant. So not only is this going to be a seating area here, it'll also be a step to make getting into bed a lot easier as well. Now usually I would put drawers here coming out from underneath the bench, but in this case we've decided we're actually going to have a lid that we can lift up, so this then will become one huge chest, so we can put all our stuff in there without having to worry about pulling drawers out and stuff like that. It's the first time I've done it like this. So I'm quite looking forward to having all this space, and it is a huge space in here. Let me just bring you over and I'll show you what I mean. Look at that, it's going to be absolutely massive. Now that I've got that bulkhead in place, you can actually see how big this van is going to be. There's going to be huge amounts of room here. Yeah, I just wanted to concentrate on this part first and gradually work my way forward. And that's what I'm doing. across the problem. These boards, if I put two of them together, they're not as straight as I was hoping they would be. Look at that. They're a bit warped. So if I glue these two pieces together, squish them, glue them, it will give me, it's just a little bit over 20mm ply. And this will give me that nice edge as well when I finish off my cabinets. So this. Fold this over. Yeah, I'll take that. Was it success? Right, let's get the other one. So my two pieces of ply that I glued together earlier, I've cut out a little foot kick plate, I think it's called, in the kitchen. So when you stand at the kitchen, allow me to demonstrate, your feet can go underneath like that. And this was Becky's idea, to use one of my old boots to make sure I got this right, because I've never built a kitchen like this before. So there you go, that fits there.
That's what we do on the building trade, or we did on the building trade. If someone's got extremely large feet and they want a kitchen built, you have to make sure that they can properly go under.
Oh right, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, we learnt something today. Right, so I've assembled the kick plate. So this now needs to go in the van. Oh, I think I've screwed this up.
I think you have as well.
Oh dear. It would appear these screws were a little bit too long.
Have you screwed right through? Oh, you have? Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, these screws are to hold these two pieces together because the glue's not quite dry yet. So now we're going to take this structure into the van and put it in place. So with some pocket hole screws that I have in my pocket, I'm going to try and put this all together. To me, that looks pretty square. Second one's ready. This time I've attached all the wood to this bit, so it should just slot into place. But unfortunately it doesn't quite fit because there's this cover here and it pushes the cupboard out just enough to stop the front lining up. Yeah, but now it steps forward, look.
Yeah.
So I need to...
So you're going to have to scribe it out.
Yeah, I need to cut a bit of this off here.
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board. Oh bugger. So to do this I may as well just use the track saw. And using a track saw is probably the neatest way to do something like this. Have a look how nice and neat that's turned out. You see, it's just taken the edge off of that. Really nice. Okay, let's see how this fits now.
Dun dun dun.
You alright? You enjoying your bath?
I am. I'm just fantasising about having a bath. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's better, isn't it?
Yes, I can tell already from the front.
Yeah, let's get the screwdriver and some screws. Sorry, don't let me disturb you in the bath. You crack on. She's in her own little world.
Yeah.
Bless. So this is a corner clamp. It's meant for making picture frames, but I find very useful in situations like this where you want to make sure everything is nice and square. So there we go, I've got the screws up there already. Now I can screw this into place, knowing that this is holding it exactly where I want it. That's it, back in the cupboards. Now, because I do like the look of this plywood, I'm going to varnish everything before the final install. Basically, everything on the inside is getting varnished, behind the kitchen cabinet is being varnished, and I do like the look of varnished plywood, so I'm going to carry on that theme throughout this entire build. And the idea behind this is, if there is any water spilt anywhere, or any damp occurs at any time, it just helps protect the plywood. Well, as you can see, the varnish is finally dried and I've replaced the Bluetti AC300 back on its perch, but this time I've strapped it down using these tie downs. I'm just going to cut these off. We don't need them to be this long. And to make sure I don't get any frayed edges, I like to burn these like this. Just give them a little bit of a melt, like that. And that ensures they don't start to fray. Do the same the other side. So there you go, that's me Bluetti tied down and secured. And don't forget that also next to this is going to be my entire kitchen unit. And these tie downs aren't to actually hold it in place, they're just to stop it jumping if I was to go over a speed bump or something like that. And all the cables to this are going to go through the bulkhead to the other side where all my electrics are going to be housed, but more about that later. Let's get my kitchen unit back in place. Like a glove. Look how nice and snug that is. It's an absolute precise fit, just as I set out for it to be. It really is a little bit of precision engineering. My old governor Dave Brown would be well pleased with me for that. He taught me everything I know about precision engineering. And didn't he teach me well? As a young lad, Dave Brown.
Sorry, Mel.
It's alright.
I suddenly realised you were talking. I was like,
Shut up, you noisy. There you go, you can just see how the layout is going to take shape right now. Before I do any more to the kitchen, I'm actually going to finish off doing the seating area, because I'm going to have a seating area here and the fridge is going to go around about here. So that's my next task, to try and figure out how this seating area is all going to pan out. This will really give me an indication of how much room I've got in the van. And I don't want to finish off doing the kitchen just in case I don't like the seating area. That's as far as I'm going now, or maybe I will continue with the shower. Maybe I won't. You'll just have to wait and see. I'll see you again soon. Ta-da for now.